Hello and welcome to Destination Divergence episode 10. We were right in the middle of things where we left off last time. As a very brief recap, all hell broke loose. You fought a bunch of dudes. There was some kind of ritual that you haven't identified yet. All these corpses got absorbed into this big orb hovering over the ritual, and a half-orc is now speaking to you in a much more menacing voice than you would have expected.
Abyssal, perhaps?
Yes. The previous question asked of you was, who are all of you? The half-orc looks around at all of you. His eyes are now deep black with kind of shades of red.
I think the more pressing question is, who is he?
Okay, I'm going to ask him.
We were here first. Who are you? No.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Sorry.
I'm gonna say, to whom are we speaking?
Well, did you not all summon me here?
Nope, not us.
Well, then how am I here?
I believe it was them, and point to the bodies on the floor.
Yes, the bodies were absorbed into the orb, so there are no bodies.
Oh, never mind. He points at the ground.
The half-orc, rather, gives you a puzzled look. He begins to look over his hands and say, so you chose a half-orc for me now, yes?
That's right.
Hmm.
Is it not fitting?
It'll do. It's, not as strong as I was hoping, but it will do. What have you summoned me for?
Hmm.
As
Is he
you
still speaking in
pause,
Abyssal?
We actually.
he wasn't in Abyssal before. He just had this like really deep voice that has now kind of been settling back into a more normal voice.
Okay.
As you all pause for a moment, he kind of looks down at his hands, and as he's examining kind of the form that he's in, whoever this figure is, and there's a little bit of red energy, kind of like swirling around, like little bits of fog, kind of like drifting around his hands as he examines them.
While I'm still, I don't know, like 13 feet tall, I'm gonna reach up and is the orb still up top?
The orb is still up top, yep.
I'm gonna grab it and examine it.
He will reach out a hand as you reach up, and he'll grab your hand. If you summoned me, you would know what you are doing here, yes? You
Uh,
are you properly protected to be handling that?
Would I know if this is like the signs of a Kiori possession or what's up?
I'll let you make a check for that. Maybe insight.
Where? Oh shit! Having D&D Beyond open would be a good thing.
Does tend to help.
I'm so used to having all my character sheets in Roll20.
I'll shrug and say probably not, and stop reaching for the orb.
Alright, the half-orc will look at you, Felicia, and say,
15?
15. Okay.
I think he left for... Oh, he's back.
I'm back now. What's up?
Okay. Dross reached for the orb, and the half-orc like shoot him away, and as he's now looking at you and says, "Is he the hired help? Should really instruct them better around here."
Yes, I'm really sorry. He's really effective, but hard to control.
Right. And Nakarath, you do not get a read on this being whether it is or is not related to Kiori. You cannot tell.
Can I make a religion to figure out what it could be?
You may.
All right. I've only got a +2, but let's see what's happening. Oh shit, 19.
19 total?
Yeah.
All right. You're certain that this is something very dark. Definitely not of definitely of Kyber, not of Eberron, which is the dragon below, or basically the underworld of Eberron.
Okay, because this doesn't have like the multiple layers of abyss versus
There
the
are
hells, or does it?
there's still like lots of planes of Eberron. Well, like planes connected that orbit Eberron, things like that. But basically, there is Eberron is the dragon that forms the world. Kyber is
Right.
the dragon that forms the underworld, and then Sybaris was the dragon that formed the skies. Essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so
He's now looking around the room.
Obviously evil.
And which plane did this guy say he was from?
I'll actually like speak to Felicia in their mind and be like, I think we should just kill this because I have mind link.
Yes, that is something that Nikart's character can do.
Okay. I acknowledge this.
Can Felicia speak back through the link, Nikarth?
Yes. I can only give that ability to one creature at a time, but yes.
Okay, I'm gonna say, all right. Hey, Drost, like, knock it off from before. Can you go? Can you go behind? Like, I'm saying, I point kind of behind the half orc and say, go clean up over there. Okay. Get those bodies.
Are there bodies there?
There are not. The bodies were all kind of absorbed into the orb at the last moment of the ritual before.
Mop up the blood, maybe, if there's any left.
There is some blood around, yes.
Yeah, we got to get ready to get out of here. Start in that corner. Please go back.
At this point, I'd probably would have shrunk back.
Okay.
Been like a
Only
minute.
lasts for a minute, right? Yeah. Well, there goes my phone.
All right. Well, it's kind of. Oh wait, there's people in the cages, right?
There are two people in the cages. They're cowering. I'll actually move this one back some, but they're cowering as like far back in the back of the cage as they possibly can, trying to kind of like hide as much as they can from whatever's happening in there. As you all discuss this, the half orc is looking around the room and just kind of trying to make out what the situation is. He glances at Nala for a minute and just has a pause. But he moves on. Where is the orc who contacted me originally?
What orc?
His name escapes me. We don't really deal with names so much where I'm from, you see, but I could recognize his face. He was very... he was not in good physical shape.
Rotund?
Yes, that is a good word for it, yes. So you know this orc, of which I speak.
Yeah, I could take you to him if you'd like.
Well, yes, if none of you have any, if all of you are all of you hired help here, if none of you have begun to discuss with me what I'm here for, or why you've summoned me, or even to, any parts of the deal that brought me here. So if he's the real one in charge here, and you are just, sure, lead me to him.
I will begin to lead him out of the room, but hopefully give everyone enough of a knowing glance, like stab this motherfucker in the back. Actually, I could just tell that to Drost in his head. I'll just look at him, stab him.
What did Carrick say?
So while he was talking, Carrick wanted to kind of examine this like circle here and this like all the sigils and kind of like see what exactly was the ritual that brought him here.
Okay. It appears to be... It's a very strange ritual. It seems to combine a few schools of magic. It's both conjuration and abjuration. You managed to pick up. I won't make you roll for that. You would probably know that. Just picking it up based on the runes. But if you would make me an investigation check to know more than that.
20 total.
20 total, okay. The lines of the ritual here that form the circle and the star are actually grooves into the ground that the blood was channeled through before. It's not drawn onto the ground with chalk or something. It's more of a permanent, like, carved into this stone floor, with like bricks outlining the edges of these troughs that the blood can flow through, things like that. At each of the points, like where these lines connect, are small divots where the blood is kind of pooling up more, or where it was before being kind of more absorbed up towards the orb. In the middle, there are the two hooks for chains to be attached to, like directly in the middle, where he's actually standing over those hooks right now. Chains still on his feet, but broken, like before. Yeah, besides the schools of magic, it's something new, something you've not seen before, but it definitely seems to be intended to bind something.
Did you say bind something?
Bind something, yes.
And did it look like the grooves that were carved into the ground, did it look like the carvings were recent, or was it something that's been here for a long time?
It looks like a permanent installation into the floor, like the floor is actually designed in such a way that it was easy to create these grooves. They are carved, but it's like everywhere else in this building has been stone brick, but this is like one solid stone slab that has this carved onto it.
God, there's so many options here. That's the problem. The problem is that there's like so many things that we could do, but they might be bad, but they could be right. Like, I kind of want to smash the orb, but that could TPK if it's like, still full of power.
Just kill the fucker.
We could try to kill the guy, but I don't want to murder hobo.
This is a demon. It doesn't count as murder hoboing if it's a demon.
But there could be better options, like something to, like, ruining the circle could disconnect him and send him back. Or breaking the orb could strip him of his power, or
is he walking around or flying?
Here's the thing.
He is on his feet. But he's slowly, like, kind of absent-mindedly playing with this mist around his hands that he obviously has some control over, and it's like he's getting used to his form a little bit as time goes on.
Destroying the circle could just set him actually free, because it has abjuration magic.
Yeah.
So it's meant for summoning and containment. So, like, we could probably use the circle to. Alright, this is so metagamey. Sorry.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you guys would have had a few seconds at least where you can exchange some knowledge through Nakareth back and forth. But I will limit it eventually.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're, like, slowly leading him out and just, at the speed of thought, communicating a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. I believe the easiest and cleanest solution we have is to kill this thing.
So, at this point, he's walked to about here. Following you, Nakareth.
I'm probably keeping like a good 5 to 10 feet between me and him.
Okay. As he gets to the edge of the circle, he stands with his toes at the edge of the circle and doesn't take another step. He says, I didn't quite notice this circle here until I got to the edge of it, but I may need you to lead that orc to me rather than leading me to him. It appears he has more terms for our deal that he did not tell me about before. I don't know why else he would bind me in such a way.
Oh, I apologize.
You really should keep the hired help around here more informed of what's going on. Probably help things run smoother. How did you all manage to summon me with no knowledge of this ritual?
Maybe you could fill in some gaps.
Roll me persuasion.
That is. What is my persuasion? Oh, +0. Okay, that's a 10.
Right. He pauses for a moment and considers, but as he looks at you with these black eyes that You can't see any pupils in there. It's all just black energy and red waves through it. Like, almost seems to look right through you. And he says, well, if that orc didn't tell you anything, perhaps it was for a reason. How about you fetch him?
Joss is gonna slap Nakarth on the shoulder and say, "Let us go find the mage." And he's gonna head this way.
Okay, and I will follow.
I assume Milos would have walked into the room at some point. Would
If
that be
Milos
accurate,
hasn't,
Milos?
I'm gonna grab him on the way over.
Okay. This is possibly Milos was tinkering with something, had a flash of brilliance before, and was just kind of tuned everything out while he was just kind of writing some notes and things. But now he's come back to reality.
We all got the message from the cars, right?
Well, Nakarth, would you have sent it to everybody?
I can only talk to one person at a time, but
Can
I would
you-
have told them.
How quickly
that
can you
each-
like switch around? Is there a limit on like how
When
often?
you're using Mind Link to speak telepathically to the creature, you can use your action to give that creature the ability to speak telepathically with you for 1 hour or until you end this effect as an action. To use this ability, the creature must be able to see you and be within 40 feet. Can give this ability to only one creature at a time. So I think I can talk at all of them.
It would
I
just
just have
take
to give-
a while, essentially. It would take an action to dismiss it and then to start it again.
Well, that's just for the person talking back, right?
I think so.
2 actions per person. so
Yes,
it's a
2 actions
12
per
minute
person.
I think that's only if I need them to talk back, but I might be able to just broadcast something one at a time.
So you could ping people, but in order to talk back, you have to spend an action to allow them to.
Yeah. And then an action to dismiss it, and then an action to forge a new one. But that's if I need them all to
I'm
talk
looking it up
back.
again real quick. Just want to get this right.
Yeah,
While we're doing this, Joss is gonna grab Milos and say, "Come help us look for a clue."
Yeah, it does appear that you only need actions if you need them to speak back to you. I agree with that. Okay.
Okay.
So you could have just broadcasted to everybody quickly.
Yeah.
So
This is a malevolent being. I think we should just end it.
So Nakarth and I and Milos, if he's up for it, are gonna come search for a clue in this room.
Oh, shouldn't we just get back to everyone and kill the fucking thing?
Well, there might be a hint in here. We haven't looked through any of his research or documents, so I figured we could just take a quick look.
Oh, okay. Let's go investigate.
I mean, the thing's trapped in the circle. There's no reason not to.
Back in the room with the others, the half-orc turns back to Nala again, and just kind of he seems to keep on like pausing and as if trying to recall something while looking at Nala, but just can't figure it out. He kind of paces around the edge of the circle slowly, again working with his hands, seeing the mist form around. He'll harden it into various shapes, or he'll create illusions out of it, or various random things as he's kind of figuring out his form. He'll cover his whole body in the mist as if it's an armor and all sorts of things.
Oh lord.
Just playing with it. Like stretching after a long rest. All right, so those of you in this room, are you gonna investigation checks, I guess?
All right, I'm gonna.
Oh, I was
search here.
muted.
What did you want to say, Felicia?
I would like to slowly approach the circle and get the attention of the demon, like gently.
Okay. Yeah, he'll come to the edge here. How close are you approaching?
I want to get to like about here to make sure like he knows I'm like, kind of speaking to him in
Okay.
confidence.
How long does your spiritual weapon last? It's probably would have faded by now. I don't, unless it's like 10 minutes.
I'm sure it's. Let me check though. No, it's 1 minute. It's gone.
Okay.
Um,
So Leroy and Nala have moved out of the circle as well. All right. So what were you gonna say?
I'm gonna say, I didn't want to talk about this while the others were here because they don't have the knowledge I do. But the man, the orc they're talking about, he doesn't like. He's trying to use you. I know the man who really wanted to summon you, and they have him locked up in prison. If it's in your best interest, if they bring him here, I will help you cut him down, and we can bring the man who truly
All right.
knows what you can do.
Can I try and overhear this? 'Cause I'm close by.
Sure. Make me a perception check, and Felicia, make me a persuasion check, or deception check, and no advantage.
16.
16. Okay. You
Lord, give me strength.
You do hear what Felicia is saying, yes.
Nat 20.
Nat 20 plus a bunch, I'm assuming. All right.
Plus 7. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. First, he's puzzled when you say that orc, that man. He leans in and looks at you very, very sharply. But when you say he's using you, he's kind of gets set on his back foot a little bit, and now he's listening more intently, but he's surprised. So, you say someone else, not the orc. Someone who would really know. I'm very confused by all of this, but I suppose this is all becoming so much of a headache. If you could fetch this man, yes, that would make sense.
Of course.
He begins forming different rings on his fingers out of this mist and like kind of a cloak as he's still kind of playing with the mist, and he's now forming like this armor and cloak over himself very slowly. It's like kind of gathering and solidifying.
Yo.
So the people in the room over here, what were your investigation checks?
Natural 20 for a
Damn.
20 total.
Okay.
I got Nate.
All right.
18, not Nate.
18.
I struggle with that sometimes.
And Drust? Well, I guess a natural 20, I might as well start describing it. So, you do notice this symbol on the floor here is exactly like the other one in the other room. You immediately are able to, somehow it matches perfectly with the memory of the other one. And you gather it is indeed the same, might even be a prototype or something. There's lots of notes all over these desks, some of them in various languages, some of them in like what appears to be more personal code. It's in common, but it's like in shorthand, you can't quite make it out. But there's lots of crystals in here. Like, some of them you definitely make out to be dragon shards. Some of them are more mundane crystals, some of them are glass. It appears whoever worked in here worked primarily with crystals. But besides the notes in shorthand and the symbol on the floor there that is also carved into the floor, you don't find a ton. You do find in those shorthand notes, though, that symbol again. Kind of sketches and works in progress of different parts of it, like, you know, this top right corner should be this, and that centerpiece should be that, and things like that.
Dross, I think I found and well, I suppose Milos too. I found something. I just can't make heads or tail of all this arcane shorthand. So unless you guys can understand what this says, let's just go back and
I'll
kill
definitely
the
take a
damn
look
thing.
at it real quick, yeah.
Alright. If anyone is proficient, if any of the three of you are proficient with Arcana, you can make an Arcana roll.
Sounds
Hey,
like
I have
Milos.
Arcana proficiency. I got an 11.
Camillus.
Okay.
Whoops. Okay, Camillus.
Clearly about that proficient.
Yeah, you're able to confirm. You see the same things that Karek noticed earlier about the nature of the circle. Because you didn't hear what, Karek didn't tell you, but you make out the same things. It's some sort of conjuration and abjuration kind of combined magic. But that's all you're able to kind of tell from looking over at the notebook.
2 more tables, whatever that is, and the chest. Do we want to check them at all or no? Plus the circle.
I feel like the others are in mortal danger, and we should help get them out first.
All right, let's go back.
Thanks.
So back in the other room, while you guys are on your way back, don't move over just yet. This is happening during the previous events in the other room. Felicia, he has just asked you to fetch this other person.
Okay.
Do you have any inkling of why I am here? Who I must kill? Anything?
The orc is who you were intended to kill. But now that he's summoned you, you're here just to do his bidding. He's going to try to keep you on the chain as long as he can. I was in the meetings when he was discussing this with his followers. I have my connections. That's his goal here.
Make me a deception check.
Hope y'all hurry back here in case this goes poorly.
I mean, hopefully he can't even actually attack you.
That's a 15.
15, okay. Very interesting that the orc summoned me, or at least was the one I made contact with, but is also the one I was meant to kill. There's lots of trickery afoot here. I'd very much like to get to the bottom of it with this man you speak of. What was his name? What could I refer to him as? This true... the person I'm intended to speak with here.
'Twas bread in my mouth. I'm sorry.
No worries.
His name is Mr. James Burker.
James Burger. Doesn't ring a bell, but then again, names very rarely do. Yes, if you could fetch him, thank you. Is that orc nowhere around then, if I was meant to kill him? And he summoned me, then where is he now?
He sent us to do his bidding. He's not here. He wanted us to bring you and then hold down the fort. He was going to come by at a later time, but as you can see, he's not overly invested in the whole thing.
Oh, very well. I guess he must have much more important business than attending to someone as great as I. I must have. I am starting to see why I was summoned to kill him. Yes, and some of the red cloth he's been forming is starting to really harden and solidify and kind of grow brighter. Some of the veins in the orc are also starting to blacken, much like you saw when he touched the orb before.
Let me tell you what. I'm not an expert in these fields. I did not conduct the summoning personally, but I'm angry on your behalf. I understand that you're being used. I've had those experiences in my past. Nothing enrages me more. How can we get you out of this circle? Do you know?
Well, I am not particularly familiar with the magics that bind me, unfortunately. Where I come from, it tends to be not a particularly, well spoken of type of magic, so it's not practiced or taught. But from what I can understand and what I've seen of it broken before, you must simply break the circle. Though that might be rather difficult with these cracks in the stone floor. Maybe that's why they made it in such a way. But
Okay, well, I am going to go I'm gonna go check the situation up top. You'll see me soon. And I'm gonna
All right.
just
As you scoot out, he will say, "Please hurry. I am so very hungry." And then he'll turn
Okay.
back to the middle of the circle and just kind of sit cross-legged on the floor.
Alright. Yeah, I want to go over to these people.
All right.
Karek,
what are you following, or are you keeping watch over this?
Karek's gonna keep watch.
All right. Then Leroy and Nala will stay with you.
Okay. I'm just gonna speak in very hushed tones, but hopefully in earshot of all of these. Like, hey, what are you doing in here? What's going on?
We found the notes, the orcs' notes, but about the ritual, but all of it is written in shorthand that would take time to decipher.
Yeah,
Time we don't have.
We don't have time. No. Okay, so I've
So we
I've
were on
kind
our
of-
way back to kill the thing.
Yeah, I know. Hold on 1 second. I've kind of
Okay.
convinced him that the leader of the temple in town is trying to trick him, but also I don't really know what we can do with that. Do we want to just try to kill him?
This creature doesn't belong here. It should just be sent back to where it came. Like I am sad for the poor fellow that it's inhabiting, but unless you know how to break possession, he's lost to us.
Okay.
So
No, I know I don't think we're up to that task, but before anything starts,
or actually he's stuck in that circle, yes?
we think so, but yeah,
Then-
obviously he's a powerful creature. We don't know the details.
Perhaps we should alert the priest, who is obviously very powerful. I'm sure he would not be pleased to have such a creature in his town.
And we
Um,
don't think that the priest is behind this?
I mean, powerful, influential faction. I don't.
Karth, are
Do
you
we?
referring to the orc leader, the leader of the temple?
No. The dude that cured me.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Well, the dead dude in the cage is the orc that talked to him and summoned him.
Yeah,
That's
So-
the fat orc wizard, half orc wizard.
correct.
Full orc.
With that orc wizard. But I'm suggesting that we get the dude that healed me because he's a powerful, like, actual cleric.
See, but here's the thing.
That's who I thought we were talking about the whole time.
The
Oh.
the shopkeeper told me that his friend, the sheriff, Keth, the one that is now possessed, was kind
Oh,
of at
shit.
odds with the leader of the temple. So, assumedly, they had something to do with him disappearing.
And is.
In
Wait,
which
so the
case-
sheriff? You think the sheriff is the one that's possessed?
Yeah, the half orc. It's definitely the Joss assumes it is the sheriff that they were sent to look for.
Fuck.
But he didn't bother asking his name because he's like possessed, you know.
Right.
In which
Alright.
case, it would.
Then we deal with this ourselves.
The temple would have been involved. Yeah. We could stand really far back and just fire shit at the orb and see what happens.
In the meantime, Carrick, you notice him starting to kind of sniff the air a bit. So he looks around, and it near perks up as one of the half-elf back here whimpers. He turns and he rushes to the edge of the circle. He looks right at you, Carrick, and he says, "Are those intended to feed me? Why have they been withheld from me so far? I'm so very hungry. Could you bring me my meal, please?"
Just wait just a little longer.
What?
Not until after.
Not until what?
Not until you talk more.
Until I talk more about what? I was summoned here to do a job, and you won't tell me what the job is.
I meant with the boss.
You cut it at the end there, what?
I meant with the boss.
Oh, okay. Yes, but you see, I'm so hungry, and it would really, really mean a lot if you could just bring me a meal.
He tosses like a potato at him.
Half elves are friends, not food.
Yes, exactly. Have a potato.
Oh my god.
I see they did not inform you of me when they hired you for this job. I
Yes,
require flesh, young man.
what are you exactly?
Well, it appears right now I am a half-orc of some kind. I don't really normally have a physical form, so it's hard to say normally, but
Then is it better to ask who?
well, I would hope you would know who I am, but that's okay. I don't have a name, but you may know me. Maybe the feeling of the blood boiling in your veins as you get angry, or just the bloodlust of war as it is. Or the blood rushing in your veins as you run from danger. Just when you think of blood, and whenever you can feel your blood, that's me with you.
I see.
Creepy.
I see all this blood all over the floor here. I assume that you killed many people in order to summon me, so why are you hesitant to bring me another?
Like I said, our boss specifically wanted to talk to you first. He instructed for you to wait.
Alright, make me a deception check.
Seven.
Alright.
We're fucked.
Oh no.
Or you're fucked.
He'll look at you for a moment, look at the circle on the floor, and just reach out towards it to touch it with his hand, kind of pushing on the stone underneath it. And now we'll go back to this group over here.
Oh no.
We can't deliberate on this.
So
We
go
have
in
to
and kill it.
back. We do. We
All
have
right.
to. Before
Sweet.
we go, once we go in the door, we're going to make to bring him those hostages, and we're going to send them running out the door, and that's when we attack him.
I mean, okay.
There's been enough life lost. We don't need any more.
I'm pretty sure they'd be fine, just as safe in the cages. But in case we fail,
I
Then-
don't.
I mean, he can't get out of the circle.
Yet.
No. The only reason he can get out of the circle is if we fail. So let's not fail.
Alright,
Okay.
what are you guys doing?
Heading back into the room and making to open the cages and let out the prisoners.
Yeah, and once we get in, I'm going to instruct Drost, like as if he's the hired help too. Like, okay, it's time to give him a meal. Let's let him out. Lead him over.
Alright.
See, I told you.
Make me a deception check, Felicia.
Oh dear. 25.
Okay. See, thank you. You could have saved us some time and you could have given me my meal sooner, you see. He's looking at you, Kark. And he immediately turns his attention back to the kitchen.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Hey there.
That was quite an echo. Hello?
Hello.
Who was
Hello?
saying something?
I don't know.
Well, anyways, he was speaking to Carrick saying that he should have brought him his meal sooner, kind of just quickly admonishing him. But now he's turned his attention immediately back to the cage, and he's like watching you greedily as you open the cage.
Yeah. Okay. So cage is open.
All right. They are huddled at the back, scared of you.
He's gonna kind of like walk in and then take a knee in front of them and very quietly say, "We're going to get you out of here."
Make me a stealth check.
That is actually something I'm amazing at.
I don't know if I
Against
believe
all
you.
odds.
So I rolled a 13. Here's the fun fact: stealth
-2.
is disadvantage, because I'm wearing heavy armor.
It seems Chris talking is a disadvantage.
I wouldn't consider this disadvantage. You can take the 13.
So that's a 13.
He'll turn to you, Carrick, and say, "What is he saying over there? What are they doing?"
I'm not sure. I can't hear them.
Oh, okay. I heard him say something. Whatever.
Dross is gonna offer his hands to the two.
They will not take them. They're still scared of you.
He's gonna shrug, and he's gonna pick one up in each hand.
All right. Make me athletics. Check.
One is a gnome, not too worried about him. That is a 18.
Yeah, so the gnome rolled an 8 and the other one rolled a natural 1, so you just scoop them both up with no resistance at all.
Yep, just pick him up, and he's gonna walk. So he was right here.
Mm-hmm.
1 step, 2 step, and then he's just gonna scoot this way.
Okay, so you're at half movement because of the you're carrying a creature.
Yep.
Well, I guess with an action to dash and stuff, obviously I could have made it pretty far.
So that would be one movement out, or movement out to here would be 1. And then are we doing actions and that kind of thing?
For now, at least, yeah. I'd say just do what you can in one turn.
10, 15, so that would be up to here with movement and bonus action dash.
Wait. And so as you round the corner, as you begin to really book it out of the way, he'll now scream at you, Carrick. "Where is he going? What is he doing? Bring me my food."
Okay, I'll go get him. Is the guy in here dead?
Yes. There's a corpse in that cage.
And he runs over here and whispers, "What's the plan?"
We kill him. That's where I run out and go to punch him.
You're gonna run out to go. Okay. Let's roll initiative then.
Wait.
Somebody has declared an attack.
Are you getting in the cage with him?
What?
Are you getting in the circle?
In the circle?
You said you're gonna run in and punch him.
Oh, no, I will stand 10 feet away from him and punch
because
him.
you can punch 10 feet. I was like, don't get in the circle. He's trapped in there. Dumb. Alright. Alright. Initiative.
Yep.
That is a 13 for Drost.
Alright.
Felicia got a 10.
13 for Nakareth as well.
Alright.
18 for my list, except I really don't want to attack first.
An 18 for Milas, you said?
Yeah.
What is your dex score, Milas?
Dex score... +2.
Okay. Alright.
Kark rolled an 8.
Alright. I'll roll for Nala and Leroy. Alright. Alright. First up, Nala, seeing, just like he's been looking around the room the whole time, and he sees Nakara tense up, ready to strike, and he will charge just around the edge of the circle, pretty much just as far as he can go over here. Unfortunately, I think that's about as far as he can make it. Staying completely outside the circle. I guess he can make it a little. He can make it within range, but not with an attack because he already used this action. Up next is Milos.
I'm gonna stay where I am behind cover and not move yet.
So would you like to take the dodge action?
I will take the dodge action.
Okay, are you going to move Neko?
Yeah, Neko should probably come out of that other room.
Neko's playing in a chair over there.
Yeah. Let's just move Neko over there. He'll make his way over.
Alright, nice.
Neko's just doing the Game of Thrones bit from Parks and Rec. Yes. No. I'm sorry.
Okay, up next. This figure, whoever he is going to look at Nala and puzzle and say, "Are you rushing to grab my food? Is that what you're doing? Is this... please, I'm so hungry." And that'll be his turn. Drost.
Alright, I got some people with me. Let's see.
Dual wielding.
I'm gonna take my 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna set him down right here.
Okay.
Point towards the day and say, "Go, leave."
All right. As you set them down and they run out into the room and they see the blood everywhere, they shriek, but otherwise they keep moving towards the door.
Alright, and then I'll use my action to head back into this room.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And that's my turn. Feels so familiar.
All right. Nikarth.
I will spend 2 key points to activate my. Well, they last 10 minutes. It's probably been more than 10 minutes, but spend 2 key points to activate the arms and attempt to punch him once.
All right.
I think that's an 8. For attack. Yeah, 18.
That hits.
Yay. He takes 4 points of radiant damage.
4 points of radiant damage. Okay.
And that's my turn.
I'm sure he's tickled.
All right. As you hit him with that, where would you hit him? The shoulder, chest, head? Where are you swinging?
Chest, probably.
Okay. As he's staring at Nala looking for food, and then you rush up, and his eyes immediately kind of. He has no pupils, so you can't tell where he's looking, but you see his eyes shift violently as he looks at you, and the fist comes at him. He reaches up to block it, but it goes through both of his arms, hits him in the chest, and he reels back a little bit. He says, "Oh, so this was all a lie then. I see." And he reaches up his hand towards the orb.
Congratulations.
And energy from the orb starts swirling down into his hand, and that is his turn.
Okay, so...
That is a legendary action to do that. Nikarth, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Felicia.
Well, I'm gonna just kind of stay. I'm gonna stay back, like right here. I'm gonna get behind Nala because he's a large boy, and I'm going to shoot a ray of frost at the. Let's see.
So with Nala between you and it, he will have partial cover.
Well, what if I'm shooting at the orb?
The orb, yeah, you could. There would be no cover there, sure.
Nolly is
Okay.
tall.
Not tall.
Tala, more like Tala.
I hate it.
Womp.
All right, I'm putting Carrick in the circle with But yeah, I'm gonna shoot a ray of frost at the orb.
Okay.
I roll for that.
Yep, make me a roll.
Roll. That's gonna be 16.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Okay. 4 damage.
All right. So as the ray of frost hits the orb, it's almost like a glass surface around the orb gets frosty. That's all you can really tell.
Okay. And with my bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
And-
Where would you place that?
I'm gonna do it behind the orb.
So up above, but behind on the other side, like
Yeah, like
here.
above and behind the orb.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. So it's there, just like 15 feet up.
Yeah, and I can have an attack, right?
Yes, as part of the casting.
Okay. So I'm gonna have an attack the orb as well.
All right, roll attack.
16.
That's a hit.
Okay.
And this is a whip, right? Is that how you described it? Like a.
Yeah, it's a whip. And that is going to be 9 damage.
All right. The whip cracks off the surface of it. You can't tell if it did anything from this side of the orb.
Fair enough.
Carrick.
Okay. Carrick is gonna run past Felicia here and try and take a shot with his longbow.
All right.
I think. Let me see. That is 21.
Yep. You're taking a shot at the figure, the orc, and the half orc, rather.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that hits.
That is 8 damage.
All right. So as he's reaching up to channel this energy from the orb, arrow just kind of pierces his shoulder, and he looks down, and just as he stares at it, it pops out of his shoulder and falls to the ground, and you don't see a wound, but it definitely hit him.
The orb.
All right.
Shit. Carrick is gonna hide behind this fucking wall.
All right.
And is he still on the ground at least?
Yes.
How high off the ground is the orb?
It's pretty much touching the ceiling now, and the center of it is probably 15 feet in the air, if maybe slightly lower than that. The bottom of it is maybe 12 feet in the air.
Shit. I guess Patch will try and run up and attack it.
Okay.
Pour one out for Patch.
Rip Patch 2019.
Pretty much. Oh my god, I'm hoping not. Ooh, that was a natural too. He's not gonna hit him.
Okay. Unfortunately, at this time, the energy flowing around this figure just kind of batters Patch back a little bit. Up next is Leroy.
I'm gonna have Patch.
Janker.
You gonna Patch one?
Nah, Patch. Never mind.
Leroy is going to fire an Eldritch Blast into the orb. And he'll hit. Does some damage. It just, again, kind of hits off the orb. It looks like there's some kind of shell around the orb. As if it's like a marble with red fluid inside it. And we are back to Melus.
Great.
Sorry, Nala. Unfortunately, Nala can do nothing from here. And I'm not going to throw Nala's character into the circle without them being here. So Nala will end his turn, and it is now Melus's turn.
I'm gonna attempt to shoot the orb with my crossbow.
All right, go for it.
Let's see. It is that, so 27 to hit, natural 20.
Yeah, that'll hit. Roll damage. If it was a natural 20, you roll the dice twice.
Ooh.
Phallic.
2d10 Plus 5. 16 damage.
All right. Again, just pings off the surface. It's kind of hard to see if anything is happening to the orb or not under all the like red energy that's kind of flowing as if it's like heavy fog but under some kind of strong wind flowing downwards. Anything else, Smos?
I'm gonna have Neko walk a little bit closer.
Okay.
We'll just keep making his way over, you know?
Alright, in the meantime, this figure will... So a kind of ball of energy is formed in his hand as he's pulling the energy from this orb, almost like a smaller orb, though not as glossy and glassy. And he looks at it and he says, "You all should not have messed with something you didn't know the meaning of." And he'll slam it into the floor. I want everybody to make me a dexterity saving throw, except those in cover back here. So Carrick, Milos, and Drost, you do not need to. Everyone else will.
Oh, fuck!
Oh, thank God. Lucky roll. So Patch got a... What did...
18 for
Would you say
Nakara.
dex save?
18, you said?
Yeah.
All right.
Did you say dex save?
I did.
Yes.
That's a 23. No, 22.
All right.
Felice is mad fucked. I got a 5.
5.
Oh, you're dead. Are we dead? We might be dead.
Anyone who rolled... Let's see. Anyone who rolled a 16 or higher passed, and you take no damage as you kind of jump off the floor real quick. Those who rolled lower, a wave of red energy kind of streaks across the floor like a just like a circular shockwave out from the point of impact, and it's like it really does rise up off the ground, almost like a small tidal wave, the smallest tidal wave you've ever seen, really. But it's some kind of red cloud-like energy that flows out, and you take, those who failed take 8 points of necrotic damage.
Ouch.
And your hit point maximum is reduced by that amount.
Oh!
Ouch.
And that is his turn. Up next, we have Drost.
So, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Did we ever get to recover since 2 weeks ago? Because I'm still kind of low.
No.
Oh, shoot.
You guys have been in a dungeon for weeks. You haven't taken any rests.
So it is at this point in combat, Drost realizes he does not have any sort of ranged weapon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I guess it could be 4, 5. Oh, that 5, 6. He's gonna kill right here.
Okay, Drost.
He's gonna hold his action to attack if it steps out of the circle.
All right.
And that is it.
Nakareth.
I will take a step forward to the edge of the circle. And punch him.
All right. Are you attempting to stay completely outside the circle except for your spectral arms? Or are you not caring as much? Just asking how you're approaching it.
Well, considering we all stood in the circle and around him and were able to leave freely, I will probably step over, make the attacks, and then step back.
All right. Roll me an attack.
All right. Dirty 20.
All right.
And the second attack is a 17.
You both hit.
Sweet. Ooh, 2d4. So 5 plus 4. So a total of 9 radiant damage.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Alicia.
Let's step back over.
Okay. Whew. I'm going to just fire off another. Actually, I don't know. Do I want to move? I think I want to move. I'm going to. If I move like behind Milo's, do I have cover of any sort?
Cover, like, I'd give you half cover for that, sure.
All right. Then I'm gonna fire a ray of frost at the orb.
Okay. Make me an attack roll.
19.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
3 damage.
Alright. Again, the surface of the orb looks a bit frosty in a different part. Again, it's hard to tell if anything's really happening to it.
And then I'm going to move the whip down to right behind our friend here, and I'm gonna just like whip him in the back of the head.
Alright, make the attack roll.
With it.
Do I have flanking bonus
Is
from
he our
that?
friend, though?
No.
No.
There's no one directly opposite him, so.
It's okay. I got a
You can
24.
move the thing there, though. You can move it directly opposite.
You can move it here for flanking. Yeah.
Oh. Well,
You got a good roll anyways, but...
yeah, I got a really good roll, so it doesn't matter. I got a 24.
Alright, yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
11 damage.
What kind of damage is that?
Like,
Pretty sure it's radiant.
Like, what damage, like, element is it?
Yeah.
From the spell.
I'm checking force damage. It's force damage.
Force damage. Okay.
Oh.
Nice. And Karik is up.
Alright. Kark will pop out and follow suit and take a shot at the orb.
Alright.
That's a 7.
Unfortunately, it flies wide. The flowing energy from the orb kind of maybe batters it aside a bit as it's getting close.
Ben's gonna try and take another bite attack at him.
Okay, roll an attack.
That's a 17.
That hits. Roll damage.
Eight force damage.
8 force damage. Okay. And up next is Leroy, who will again Eldritch Blast into the darkness. He misses. He slips a little bit on some of the blood, and the Eldritch Blast goes wide. Back up to Nala. Nala will look back and forth at you, Nikareth, and Drost, kind of expectantly wondering if he should step into the circle, and that is his turn. And it is back to Milos.
Just shake my head. No, don't do it.
Shrug at
I'm
him.
gonna
Yeah,
attempt
it's
to
fine.
hit the orb with the crossbow again, and I rolled a 10 to hit.
That is a miss.
Alright.
Again, the energy flowing around the orb must be so strong that it's generating like its own wind, kind of, and knocks your projectile away. Anything else?
Oh, I guess I'll have Neko come stand over here and join the party of people who look like they want to step into the orb, but don't quite.
What sound is
Kill
that?
Oh, sorry. Me,
Sorry.
probably.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll investigation to figure out what the sound is.
It is the figure's turn. Unfortunately, he does not recover his fancy attack. He's going to move to the edge and again reach up to the orb. This time, he's going to come right up to the edge of the circle as far as he can. He's going to reach up to the orb and just pull with his hand as if he's pulling on something, and suddenly, out from the orb, a hilt of some kind of weapon appears, flies down to his hand, and then he has a sword made of blood. And he's going to strike at Nala with it. That's a hit. He'll strike again.
Can Patch get an opportunity attack?
Patch may get an opportunity attack.
12.
12 will not hit. So that's 2 hits against Nala, and he will make 1 unarmed strike, which will miss. Alright. You all watch as this blade of blood seems to grow in size as he swipes at Nala with it, and it chops directly into Nala's shoulder. When he removes the blade back, Nala doesn't bleed any, but there is a wound there, and Nala kind of shrugs down a bit as Nala takes a fairly significant hit. 20 points of damage.
Oh, shit.
Fortunately, one of those was a crit.
Wow.
And Drost's turn. Drost.
Trust.
I actually
Thank
muted
you.
myself when I tried to unmute. First thing I'm gonna do is take a 5-foot step back,
Okay.
and he's going to shout to Nala and Nekareth, recommending the same. You should step back.
Okay. Anything
And
else?
gonna hold his action for if that thing comes out of there with his warhammer out.
All right. Nakara.
Just
Let
attack
me
it,
know.
you fucking bitch.
It's literally all I can do. Well, I mean, he's. Never mind. No metagaming.
Nakarath.
He's attacking outside the circle anyway. Just fucking attack him. Anyway, I will attack him twice again.
Punch him.
Natural 20 for the first one,
All right.
and a 12 for the second one, so that's a miss.
Okay. First one.
Oh fuck, max damage. Sweet.
Nice.
10.
Oh,
Nice.
daddy.
That's 2 4s plus 2.
And what kind of damage is that?
Radiant.
Radiant. Okay.
That's action, bonus action. I ain't moving because then that'll provoke an attack of opportunity, and fuck that.
So as he swings down the sword at Nala, you just reach up and punch him square in the fucking nose, and he kind of reels back, and that's when he draws his sword out of Nala. All
I
right.
flip him off with the spectral arm.
Nice. Felicia.
Okay, I'm going to use my move action to go behind Nala. Nala's the one who took like fat dick damage just now, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to cure wounds on him.
Okay.
Good max healing. That is 13 points healed.
All right.
And yield bonus action. I'm going to move the. Yeah, I'm gonna, since it would be flanking, I'll move my the whip right behind Anger Friend's head, and once again just hit him for the force damage.
All right. Roll an attack.
Do I have flanking bonus?
You do. That's a +1.
Okay. Neat. Oh yeah, big style. 25.
Yeah, that'll hit. Roll damage. Was that like a 19 or something? Jeez.
It was a 17.
Okay.
9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. And that is force?
Yeah.
All right. So as he gets the whip cracks on the back of his skull. He kind of leans forward. His nose is like broken now. He's got this like whip on the back of his head. He's not enjoying his day. Karik, you are up.
Alright, Karik is gonna hop out here. Maybe. We'll take a couple swings at him.
All right, go ahead and roll attacks.
Ooh, that is. I think that's a 9.
That does not hit.
Alright, he's gonna use his bonus action to take another attack.
All right.
That's an 18.
That does hit.
8 damage.
All right, and that is slashing?
Slashing, yeah.
Is that a magical weapon?
It is.
Okay. So you slash into his side, and the blood kind of flows down his arm for a minute, but it doesn't seem to go as far as you'd imagine blood would drip from someone's arm. Like it's reluctant to leave. Leroy is up. Leroy, seeing everybody kind of shift focus to attacking this guy, will Eldritch Blast. And he'll miss. Nala, now being hit by this man and, directly in front of him, now within reach, will rage and take a swipe. And miss, unfortunately. But Nala is now raging. Milos.
I've been muted.
Oh.
So if everyone's going to try not to hit the crystal anymore, I'm going to try and hit it with a crossbow. And I rolled an 18 to hit.
Alright, that'll hit.
Alright. And how much damage does this do again? Oh, that's how much. And I'll hit it for 7 damage.
Alright. So as the crossbow hits him in the shoulder, he kind of looks at it and it pops out, but this time there's still a wound there. Is that your turn, Milos?
Yep.
All right. Ooh. The orc will now, being bludgeoned from all sides, he'll look up to the orb again and raise his hand, pooling the energy from the orb into a smaller orb and slam it into the ground. Everybody make me a dexterity throw except Milos.
Not again!
Let's see.
Jeebus, give me strength. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Nico got a 5.
Okay.
Carrick got a 4.
Oof.
That is a 4 from Drost.
All right.
That's a 9 from Felicia.
And that is a 20 from Patch.
Nice. Fortunately, Leroy and Nala both passed. Patch passed, and did I hear everyone else failed? Or
No, sorry. What were we rolling?
Dexterity saving throw.
Sorry, 20 total.
20 total. Okay, you passed. Anyone who rolled a 15 or lower failed, and will now take 4 points of necrotic damage, and your hit point maximum is reduced by 4. As this wave rushes over you, and you kind of feel the life kind of like sucked out of you, as like you become lethargic suddenly for a second.
How do I reduce my Neko's max health?
So Neko is a construct, actually. It will do damage, but it won't reduce Neko's max health.
Okay.
That is a good question. Thank you.
I guess I should ask, is it like, do I reduce the HP and then take damage, or is that it like...
It's the damage first.
Okay.
Yep. It doesn't double dip, fortunately.
Yeah, that would be rude.
That would be very rude. And that is his turn. Drost.
Well, I suppose I'll get into melee since everybody else is.
All
I'll
right.
step up here and I'll go ahead and smack him.
All right.
Try to.
Go ahead and roll me
So
damage. Or attack roll,
two-handed.
rather.
Yep, two-handed Warhammer strike.
All right.
That is a natural 19, which takes me to 25.
Yep, you bonk him good. Roll damage.
All right, I strike to bonk. Roll to bonk. That is 10 plus 4, so 14 damage.
Nice. Okay.
All right, and I did get. Actually, did I? Action surge, short rest. So I have that. I'm gonna burn my action surge and hit him again.
All right. Roll another attack.
And off of the first hit that did strike, I'm also gonna bonus action invoke my fire rune. So you'll see his left arm light up with the red glow, and that's a DC 12 strength save.
DC 12 strength save. Oh, he rolled a 1. So yeah. 1 plus 4,
right.
but he fails.
So that's 2d6 fire on that.
All right.
And then we'll get to the fun part. I rolled both 6s. So that's 12 fire damage.
Nice.
And then I rolled a natural 20 on my second strike.
Dross coming in clutch here.
So
Damn, son.
let's see what I can do. That's a 6. So doubled is 12 plus 4 is another 16 damage.
Nice.
And that's all I got on my turn.
All you got, yes.
Oh, that's it? You
Yeah.
don't have anything more?
Nope, that's it. That's all I got. Well, actually, I can second win, but that's bonus. So nope, that's it.
All right. Nakareth.
Punchy, punchy.
Punchy. Roll me attacks.
Punchy.
You know, the monk thing to do.
It is.
Punch a punch.
24 and dirty 20.
All right. Yeah, both hit.
All right. Ooh, that's shit. Total 6 radiant damage.
Total 6
from-
radiant damage. Okay.
Max to min.
All right. And Felicia.
Well,
All right, I'm gonna
I'll
move
use
myself.
Conduct using the smaller die.
Am I gonna have like partial cover, or am I gonna have like partial obstruction on anywhere I go to attack him?
Yeah, probably. I probably should
All
have.
right.
To be fair, partial cover is only a +2 to their AC, if I remember correctly. It's not like disadvantage or anything.
Also, it's fun because I'm going to I'm gonna go back here first of all,
Okay.
and then I'm going to shoot at the orb with a ray of frost.
Okay. Roll attack.
12.
That'll hit.
Super. 1 damage. Yeah.
You don't notice any effect. Not even the frost this time.
Then I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna whip the guy in the back of the head again.
All right. Roll me an attack with flanking. +1.
19.
That'll hit.
11 damage.
Wow. Okay. 11 force damage. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Karek.
All right. Take another swing at him.
Go for it.
Wow, I'm not rolling well at all. 10.
That does not hit.
All right, I'll take one more swing.
All right.
Oof, 9.
That does not hit either.
That's my turn.
Unfortunate. So as you swing at him both times, he just kind of casually lifts up one hand and just stops your blade in midair and just shoves it aside.
I rolled a 4 and a 3.
Oof. Unfortunate. Leroy is going to attempt to Eldritch Blast. He hits this time. For... Okay. 5 force damage. That is an unfortunate roll. And Nala. Nala is still raging, and Nala will attack. Nala will miss. Milos.
I'm gonna go back to shooting at the orb. So 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
And 9 damage.
Okay. So as a crossbow bolt just pings off the surface of the orb again.
Okay.
And anything else?
I'll have Neko attempt to bite the thing in the leg.
Okay.
Let's see. It's plus 4 to hit. So 16 to hit.
That will hit. Yes, barely.
All right. 8 plus 2. And that'll do 8 force damage.
All right. Now it is back to the figure's turn. This time he's going to reach out and grab Nala with one hand, or attempt to anyways. Oop, oop, oop. And I'll roll opposed for Nala, and alright, so he grabs Nala on one shoulder as Nala is unable to get his blade up in time, and he just bites Nala's neck.
I'm gonna have Patch use his deflect attack to impose his advantage on that attack roll.
On the bite attack?
Yeah.
Alright. Unfortunately, I rolled a 19 and an 18.
Well, shit.
But it was a good attempt. Alright. At least it wasn't a crit. Ooh. Ooh. That was one roll off from max damage.
That was a lot of not good noises.
No, not at all. Fortunately, Nala's very tanky, but... let's do the math on that real quick. Okay. Nala takes 10 points of piercing damage and 20 points of necrotic damage.
Jesus.
He resists all of it, so he takes 15 points of damage.
So what we're saying is I'm standing back here for a reason.
Yep, but you see, as he's biting into Nala's neck, some of his wounds start to close.
Yep.
And then he releases Nala and looks back, and his spectral armor and the cloth that's flowing around him now is like just very dense. It looks almost real now, like as if it's this crimson cloth and these plates of glass and crimson. And he will then... He's going to use a legendary action to attack again at Karik. No, at Nala. He's already attacked Nala. That'll hit. And so Nala takes 13 points of slashing damage, reduced to 6. And that is his turn. It is now Drost's turn.
Nice. I'm gonna bonus action second wind, first of all.
Alright.
So that is for me a D10. There's my D10. 7 plus 4. So that's 11 extra health for me. Thank God I need it. and I'm gonna smack him.
Smack him good.
Smack him good. And that's a 19. So
That'll
20. Yeah, 5.
That'll hit.
And that's a 1 on my damage die, so that's 5 damage.
All right.
Oh no.
And just
And-
checking, you don't have a magic weapon?
I do not.
All right.
And that's it for Draw's turn.
All right. After Drost is Nakarth.
Wow, this guy's a dick. So more punches.
More
Please
punches.
God die. Please God die. Please God die.
Punchy, punchy.
Fuck. That's a 10 and a dirty 20.
The 10 misses, the dirty 20 hits.
4 points of radiant damage.
All right.
Whew! You got him.
I know, right?
Felicia.
I'm so ineffective. I do nothing yet.
Is Neko short enough that I can have like unobstructed shot from where I am right now?
Sure. I'll allow it.
I mean, Neko is currently biting his leg.
Yeah.
Munch.
I'll allow it. Nala probably wouldn't take up too much of the space there.
Okay, I'm going to fire a guiding bolt at the figure.
All right.
And I am gonna twin that to the orb.
Okay.
So first roll on the guy. That's a 19.
That'll hit.
All right. Oh, that's right. This is my big fun die roll. Shit.
The biggin.
Yeah, it's business time. All right. Come on. Could have been worse. That's 14 damage.
14 of what type?
Radiant.
All right. And you twinned that to the orb, so if you
I
could
did twin to the orb.
make me an attack roll for that.
14?
Yep, that hits.
Oh my god, why couldn't I have had that roll? Jesus. That's a 19 damage. 19 radiant damage on the orb.
Jeez, okay. You see, as you hit him first, he shrugs. Not shrugs, but like he staggers a bit as it hits him. He's like, he reels back from it. But then, when you hit the orb, he like drops to one knee, and a crack appears along the orb, right where you hit it.
Ooh!
Like
Bonus action!
like a golden glowing crack from the top to the bottom.
Bonus action.
All
I'm
right.
sending my whip up to the crack.
All right.
God damn it.
Good enough hentai.
D&D,
And
whip that crack.
demonetized.
Whip it good. I did not whip it good. I got a 10.
Wait, didn't you get him bolted?
You did, so
Yeah.
it's advantage.
Oh, I
You
did!
have advantage, yeah. Imagine using your own guiding bolt advantage. What a...
I've done it before.
And I'll do it again.
Oh, that one was a 9.
Unfortunately,
For reference.
the 10 does hit though.
Okay. For reference, that was a 3 and a 2. everyone.
Oof.
That's 7 damage.
7 damage. No effect that you can see.
Okay.
All right. Karik.
Hope y'all saw the golden shit that just happened.
Oh yeah, we saw it. We saw it.
Mm-hmm.
It guided their eyes to the target.
I don't know. I'm still half behind the wall.
Karik.
be back in 2 seconds. I need some.
All right. Gonna take a swing.
All right, stab him.
You stabbing the
17.
dude?
17. The first melee attack would be at advantage as well. You just consume it. So.
Oh,
Might as well see if you get a crit.
yeah, so 7.
All right, so that'll hit.
That's 8 damage.
All right. 8 slashing with a magical weapon.
And I'll take another swing.
All right, go for it.
That's 14.
14 does not hit.
All right. And then, yeah.
So as you take a swipe at him... Sorry, what?
Nope, go ahead.
All right. So you, as he staggers down from when the orb was hit, you take a swipe at him quickly, and it impacts his side. But then he gathers his senses again, reaches up and blocks the second one. It is Leroy. Leroy will Eldritch Blast. He misses. Nala will take a swing. Still raging, attacking recklessly. Both misses. All right, back to Milos.
Well, I'm gonna shoot at the orb again with my crossbow because I like
Okay.
shooting orbs, and I also like my crossbow.
Roll an attack.
14 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
All right, and 7 damage.
7 piercing.
I think so. Let me look.
If it's crossbow, then it should be piercing.
Solid, maybe.
Okay. Regardless, you don't notice an effect.
Yes, piercing.
All right. You don't notice an effect on impact. Just kind of glances off again.
Okay. And I'll have Neko bite the dude again,
Okay. Roll attack.
or attempt to. 20 to hit,
That'll hit.
and he'll do 5 damage.
5 force.
Force.
All right. It is now his turn again. He is going to reach up to you, Karik, and I would like you to make me a athletics roll.
Ooh, that is a 4.
That is a what?
A 4.
A 4. Okay. He grabs your shoulder, and now he's going to go in to bite your neck.
Oh shit. I'm gonna have the dog invoke disadvantage on that.
Okay. Does a 17 hit?
17 is my AC, so yeah.
Okay. So as he grabs your shoulder, he then reels back and just bites down on your neck. And you take 5 piercing and 12 necrotic. As he just slurps some of your blood out, and you see again, the mist around him grows stronger, and some of his wounds begin to close more. And that is his turn. Actually, no. I'm going to spend his last legendary action. He is going to throw the orb on the floor again, and everybody make me a dexterity saving throw.
Logan Carrick.
Yes, he has released you now, and this is a separate action.
Okay.
That is a 10 from Just.
All right, that's a failure.
18 from Nakarath.
That's a pass.
My dog is doing me.
Neko.
All right.
Oh, fuck me up.
14 for Patch and a 4 for me.
All right. The DC is 16, so anyone who fell below that. So actually, Felicia and Milos, you guys would have been out of the way of this.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone actually in the room with them, basically, not in cover. Leroy failed. I don't know who else failed, but I will handle Leroy. Everybody else takes 3 necrotic, and your hit point maximum is reduced by 3 after you take that damage.
And Nakarth takes nothing because he passed, right?
Yes. Yep, if you pass, it's
Okay.
nothing. You jump over it. It's like a maybe 8-inch tall like wave, like shockwave that ripples across the floor. So you just gotta kind of like leap over it real quick.
Interesting.
And that is his turn. Drost. It is Drost the Goliath's turn.
Muted again.
Oops.
Bonus action. Storm Room. So his right arm is gonna light up blue.
Okay.
And he's gonna invoke his Storm Rune. So 1 minute I can make an attack roll, saving throw, or ability check. Have advantage or disadvantage.
All right. Does that take your reaction to use?
Yes.
Okay.
So
It's not-
I'm not gonna, not gonna do it now. But it's there,
All right.
and I'm gonna smack him.
All right. Smack him good.
Roll to smack. That is a natty 20.
All right. Roll damage.
Nice.
My attack rolls since I started fighting have been 19, 20, 19, 20. I
Always
swear
fun.
to God, I'm not using a loaded die. That was a 9, so that puts me to 13 deeps without a magic weapon.
13 damage, blunt damage?
13 damage, bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning damage. Okay, and that's not a magic weapon, so that's half.
Non-magic weapon.
Womp.
And that is it for Draw's turn.
All right.
He's happy he got to smack it again.
Nakarth.
Nakarth is going to do what he has been doing the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Ineffectively punching the vampire.
Ineffectually.
Fuck. 12 and 10, so even more ineffectual than normal.
Yep, neither of those hit.
Yep. That's it.
All
That's
right.
the turn. That's action, bonus action.
Felicia.
As I'm taking my actions, can I just like yell out loud, like "hit the orb"?
Yeah, you can speak a couple seconds of speech during your turn.
Yeah, that
is-
speech is said.
That speech
I'm
is
going to do the twinning again.
All right. Make me attack rolls.
Yeah. Oh fuck. All right. To the man of the hour. Oh, daddy, yeah. That's 24.
All right. And the damage on that?
13 damage.
13 radiant.
13 radiant.
All right.
And
And
then
yes, attack roll on the other one.
onto the orb. 12.
12 hits. It's just a floating orb.
No, bigger. That is going to be 10 radiant damage.
All right. You see the cracks grow wider, or rather, more cracks appear, kind of splintering outwards in like a web shape out from the impact.
Okay, and then in a complete retread of last turn, I am going to use my bonus action to have my friend Devo whip it good.
All right, roll attack. Advantage from Guiding Bolt.
Yeah, we good. 17.
Yep, that'll hit.
Six damage.
All right. You do not see any effect.
So I think that means something.
Karik.
All right, Karik is going to move away from him.
All right. He will take an opportunity attack.
All right.
This is just with his sword. That'll hit, I'm assuming. It's like a 22.
He's going to use shield.
Okay. Good. So you block it with your...
Oh, wait. Shit! No, that just barely hit still.
Oh, no! Okay. So I'm assuming you would have known that and not used your spell slot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit.
Jordan,
Yes.
I apologize. I just realized I'm an idiot.
Mhm.
I natty 20 my last attack and then added the damage normally. That was 22, not 13.
Okay. So it would have been 11 damage. 11 damage
Yeah.
half, not... Okay.
Instead of 6, yeah.
God
So
damn.
11 half instead of 6.
All right. Thank you.
Sorry.
He's still gonna land this attack.
Can I impose disadvantage now, or is it too late?
I don't know the specifics on that
I
ability.
can
So you
read
tell
it.
me. Yeah.
The defender imposes disadvantage on the attack roll of one creature if it can see that it is within 5 feet of it, provided the attack roll. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about.
Okay. Yeah. Then I'd say sure. If it's like a reaction for your steel defender, then
It is a reaction for his.
all right, go for it then.
Okay.
So you're opposing disadvantage on that attack. Okay. So he'll roll again. That is an 18.
Okay. I know this is kind of janky, but now I'll use shield.
Yes, that's fine. Now you can use shield. So he notices your movement out of his corner of his eye, and he just wildly swings with his sword, and you block it quite easily with shield.
Cool. And the patch is gonna move over here. Or no, actually he'll end up staying there because that doesn't happen until the end of my turn. But and then I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on the square that's like up and to the right of him, so it only catches him and patch.
All right. So that's a dex saving throw.
Yes.
22.
Fuck.
Yeah, no, he saves.
So he
All right, patch.
ducks under the magic.
Patch doesn't save. You just see Patch start glowing blue.
Good. All right. Then you said Patch was going to move somewhere? Or not?
Yeah, Patch is gonna move over here.
All right.
All right.
Leroy's turn. He will Eldritch Blast. And that's a miss. And Nala's turn. Nala is still raging, still going to attack recklessly. And Nala hits. Okay. Nala will do 8 points of slashing damage. And Milos.
Well, Milos is going to be a little bit frustrated that his crossbow isn't really doing much to the orb. So I'm going to swap from targeting the orb back to targeting the dude.
Alright.
So that is a 8 to hit, so that's a straight miss.
That's a straight miss, yep. As you swing your crossbow down to aim at him, you just kind of swing it a little too low. The momentum doesn't help you out.
And Neko will bite the dude's other leg.
Okay.
21 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
And it'll hit for 10 damage.
How does Neko want to do this?
Neko's just gonna bite its ankle and run off, dragging it around the inside of the circle.
Okay.
Sounds like a cat.
So as this being falls unconscious, the energy in the room dissipates. And the orb is still there, there's still cracks on it. But this half-orc, the weird crimson clothing and crimson armor that had covered him before is gone. He just looks like a half-orc with his eyes closed.
I'm gonna reach down and shake him.
Oh, okay. Are you attempting to wake him?
Yeah.
He's unconscious, so he's going to make a death saving throw. All right.
I don't have any sort of healing, so
Yep.
I'm just gonna try to drag him out of the circle.
Yeah, we're not in initiative order anymore, by the way.
Okay, I'm gonna drag him out of the circle.
All right. Then I would like to get my medicine kit out and attempt to stabilize him.
Okay, make me a medicine
Uh,
check.
I will stop dragging so he can stabilize.
Shit, 17 plus something. 6. So
Yeah, a lot.
yeah.
So you're pretty certain he's
23.
stable. Yeah, you're pretty certain he's stable. You're able to bandage up some wounds and make sure his vital signs are okay. He's just unconscious.
All right, Felicia is gonna run to his side. I'm gonna use my last spell slot, and we're gonna do a level 2 cure wounds on him.
Okay.
Which is gonna be what the fucking D8 at? A clean 19 healed.
All right. The half-orc's eyes shoot open, and for a brief moment you all just like are really hoping it's not more darkness in the eyes. Unfortunately, they look like fairly normal half-orc eyes. And he gasps, and he looks around at all of you, and that is where we will pick it up from next week.
Woo!
Woo!
Meanwhile, my list is giving Echo a good job pat